Hi everyone, welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. It's Wednesday, April 23rd, 2014. Thank you for tuning in. And good morning, dear Masters. Our eternal gratitude for your attendance in this interaction, this channeling today. Today we would like to give you a sneak peek, an insider look, if you will, to a council meeting. This meeting is now over, but it just happened now. So we will give you a replay to give you an idea of what the Council of the Federation of Planets is one of them, the Council of Nine another, the Pleiadian Council, the Council of 13, whatever you choose. There are several councils going on at all times. So we'll give you an idea of the interactions between all of these entities to see what we are working on now as far as a perspective to humanity and what we as a collective feel is the best next, so to speak, impartation, energy giving, that kind of idea to help further the ascension. Then, after all the decisions are made, then we have a collective meeting with human collective, and we impart what shall be done as well by choice of the human collective as their highest excitement, so to speak. Are there any questions before we get started on this idea?
So this is like a council of councils?
A council of what?
Councils.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the best way to say it. How
Yes.
awesome. There's a tune, stand by. This council meeting shall now come to order. The minutes from last week shall be read. In the impartation of new energies given to the collective, with your idea of red blood moon was effective. The validation behind this was at 76.5%, higher than expected, in unity of the collective. The agreement was not given to the human collective on the next idea of natural disaster, for it was overbearing at that time. We shall reconvene on this matter in the next now. The Arcturian and Andromedan co-creation of UFOs sightings were even as far as the collective in belief. We shall revisit this if you choose. The next order to consider would be a mass interaction of 3D experience. We shall visit that. This is given from the Andromedan Arcturian collective. Nothing follows. The meeting is now in order. Who say first what shall be heard? The floor recognizes from the astrological constellation Aquaria. Aquaria, you have the floor. In the astrological ideas given in personality of what they are, has come to an evenness, and there is no further expansion of self-understanding through the sign they were born under. It is our proposal from the astrological collective that we start giving more controversy, more ideas of conflict in themselves, in realization, and stave off, if you choose, ideas of good news all the time. We propose an insight to them in conflict and question of themselves, for it has stabilized, and the belief in the astrological idea is at 86.25% still in human collective. This tool is still very effective. We would like this idea to be given to the human collective for more understanding of personality, once again through their astrological signs. Is this acceptable? The ayes have it. So, Aquarius, if you choose, please take this to the human collective. If you have no other business, you may depart. We appreciate your impartation. Adonai. Next idea, please, anybody. The floor recognizes the Syrian collective. Syria, you may and have the floor. We would like to give you an idea of the Syrian impartation of this to the collective. It is now known that Sirius is a portal. We would like to give you the idea of more interactions of astral projections through this in the spiritual community of collection belief. In other words, allow all the higher selves, allow themselves that believe in the portal of Sirius to experience that in their conscious awareness. Arcturian, speak. Before we must vote. Is this infringement on free will? Humana, what do you say? The human collective does not oppose to this idea at this time. Syria, we will vote. The ayes have it. You may impart on the collective, Syria, when you choose to allow more conscious awareness in astral projection and full remembrance of the collective of traveling through the portal so they can start bringing these ideas to the collective that they can too. Are you in agreement? So be it, Adonai. Last, are there any more requests at this council? Tony, please speak. Announce. Arcturian, you have the floor. Can we show the mothership? That is currently on the dark side of the moon. I think that would help our UFO Earth interactions. Naked. To the eye of humanity. Vote. The ayes have it. There are no objections on this. Please look at your timeline on this. What would be most beneficial to the collective that needs it the most, whether it is in the east or the west? Yes, the west. In agreement. If there is no other request from the council, we shall end today's impartations and requests. And I ask you, Jonas, to please take this to the human collective as a whole and return when you are complete and update me as well. Yes. This council is now adjourned. Adonai. This was just to give you a perspective on the ideas that were given in the council. We have much like your council meetings here on Earth. However, we gave you a familiarity idea with minutes calls. It is much quicker and far less dramatic in words and ideas. However, to show you in the idea that this is a council meeting, we thought it'd be best that it was familiar in the way it was presented to you. This council meeting was now, so we will continue. Now, do any of you young master entities here have any questions about the idea given just now?
So, in actuality, this all occurs telepathically?
Yes.
Okay.
It is all telepathically done in that idea. The format it was given was, again, for your understanding, and the order that the questions and answers were given were exactly that. Go ahead.
So I didn't quite understand about the astrological...
The astrological signs, each one of you are born under a particular sign. If you are a Sagittarian or an Aquarian or Cancer, whatever you choose that you are, there is a personality that is given at birth of that sign that was chosen. It is, let's say, put into your DNA as a personality construct that will show you an idea of how to define yourself if this comes across. Mainly, as of lately, the astrologicals were very positive, which there's nothing wrong with that, showing that, let's say, the water bearer is this and this and this, and the fire is this and this and this, and earth is this and this and this. There's many ideas, but they all collectively have the same meaning. When you are born under that and start, your higher self leads you to that, start believing in that, then we will give you messages through those, the ones that choose. And again, we're at 86+% believability and still living the idea of astrological signs, having a belief, therefore validated, therefore reality. So, what we wanted to do, or what Aquaria wanted to do, was to give you more conflict in your newspaper Aquarius ads, Sagittarius ads of the astrological for the day or for the week, and there are several ideas. So we wanted to give the idea to the collective that you are this, expect this. No, there's got to be a little deeper cut, is the idea to have more conflict, which gives you more, pardon me, gives you more choice.
Okay, so maybe I'm not understanding conflict. What do you mean when you say conflict?
Okay, an idea of a Sagittarian. Your love is going to be X, Y, and Z. Look for this, this might happen. Your money outlook is this, but maybe this, and however this. Now it's going to be direct messages. Remember this. If you, Rita, read an astrological from the next newspaper, we'll call it in your town, San Antonio, the newspaper of San Antonio. You read your Libra idea, not that you're a Libra.
No.
You read that. Then the next Libra next to you reads the same thing. They will have absolutely two different messages. They will not be printed the same until you share the idea as the collective and then give yourself the memory, if that happens. In other words, we're going to give each entity that chooses an individual message of, let's say, I need to go to Aquarius, stand by, to give you an example. We'll use Tomas, that is reading his Aquarian one right now. The words read, Tomas, this message is for you. Do you really believe it or not that we are here speaking to you at this time to further your ascension? Tomas blinks his eyes and he looks at the message, and now it's completely different.
Okay.
So that is the conflict of controversy, like, what really happened just there? Did I imagine that? But he's ready for that experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's very individual, based on the individual that chooses. In other words, the higher selves give the idea, allowing that to be in their reality, setting that up, and giving them that. That's an example. But there will be more ideas. Patricia Amos, Nebraska, Sagittarian. Patricia, have no worries, your baby is fine. Despite what the doctors may be predicting, your baby is perfect. Because now you know you have already chosen that, so do not question your reality. Trust. There is no birth defect. For you and the entity have agreed to show the idea to the doctors it is possible to heal through belief. Break. That's her astrological sign. She's in the doctor's office right now reading that. It will change as soon as she's done. But she has that now. Validated through her reality. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what is going on. That's why, again, the idea of the astrological idea has been effective. Still resonating, again, at 86 plus believability, credibility. And anything that is credible by the collective is a reality. So we use that as a tool to bring in, vessel in ideas to you.
So it's kind of like a bleed through.
Reference bleed through? Yes, bleed through, yes. Yes. That is a good perspective. Any more questions or further elaboration?
You also spoke on destruction.
There was an idea given that the collective was not ready to give. We had another earthquake as the collective in that area to shake it up a little. But the collective as a whole stopped the idea for that collective. Let me give you an example. When you have, okay, the collective of New Orleans chose the destruction of the Katrina hurricane that did its damage. That city is now thriving. They needed a boost. That's the way they gave it to themselves. They completely revamped their love for their city through the idea of destruction of the city. Yes, many entities were lost, but they're all back. All of them. They found new vessels to come into and experience life. Of course. There's always room. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the idea is another earthquake, so to speak, that would have been 7-ish, very destructive. The collective says we're going to stave off that for now. So the human collective outweighed the area collective. You control your weather, you control your natural disasters. All of you. It's your choice. There's different messages behind it. The biggest message you probably get is when things are at their worst, humanity's at their best.